Southwest Florida boaters can expect to see a record number of people on the water this Memorial Day weekend. The holiday is one of the busiest boating days of the year nationally. The boating industry is busy as well. Florida's boating market saw $6.4 billion in retail sales in 2023, and there are now more than 1 million registered vessels here, more than any other state. But those numbers also mean we lead the country in boating fatalities, 81 reported in 2023, according to Florida Fish and Wildlife. So with ways we can all stay safe on the water this weekend and all year long, we are joined by U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Flotilla Commander Walt Delevich of Flotilla 96. Welcome, Commander.
Thank you, Sandra. It's great to be here right before the big weekend.
Well, we so appreciate it. So I want to start with this. What are the big mistakes you see boaters make when they go on the water?
I would say the biggest mistake is a lack of preparation. They kind of go out on the water, maybe without a plan, without the proper preparation, without examining the vessel to make sure it's seaworthy. And also, I believe that they should kind of brief their crew or their guests and passengers that they have on board. And a lot of times this doesn't happen. So we would like to see people having fun on the water, but add a little bit of structure to make it a safer, enjoyable experience for everyone on board.
And you talked about a plan. I assume that plan should be shared with a loved one or a friend or someone who's not going out on the water, correct?
Exactly. That's what we call our float plan. And the float plan basically says, here's what we're thinking of doing, here's what time we're leaving, here's the route we're going to take, here's when we plan on coming back. So planning is important. The float plan, making sure you have an idea of where you want to go, you have enough fuel, you have enough supplies, and that, of course, includes not lots of beer, but lots of water and other hydration that's healthy for you. That's one of the big things we worry about is people consume the same amount they might on land, but when they're on the sea, they have the impact of the wind, the waves, the motion of the boat, and some people say that can be 2 to 3 times the alcohol effect.
Let's end on what you said is so important, safety vests. What do you want people to know?
Well, the biggest thing for people to know, and we find that a lot of people are ignorant of this, is that all children under the age of 12 are required to wear a life jacket when a boat is underway in federal waters. And I like to show this one because it's a good example of an easy-to-use device. If a child falls in the water, you can easily pick them up with this.
With that handle, right?
I also would recommend people that are very attached to their pets to have their pets wear a life jacket.
Really?
Because if their pet goes wandering off, jumps after a dolphin, they can easily retrieve it with a similar handle that all of the pet ones have.
The other one you showed me is this one. This is an adult version.
And please try that on.
All right. I will tell you that the ones that I've always experienced are big and bulky. This is like a completely different experience. I wouldn't mind wearing this all day.
Right. This is the new breed of life jacket, which is called an inflatable. And what we recommend for people is always wear a life jacket. And if you don't like the big bulky versions, wear something you're more comfortable with. And I find this whenever I'm boating, I'm always wearing one of these because it's virtually unnoticeable.
Right. And you just pull on that little tab and
a lot of them today are automatic. They have a little pill in there, and once that hits the water at a certain depth, it automatically inflates. So this is perfect if you're thrown off of a boat. And one of the things we have in Florida is we have shifting sandbars, which I'm sure you're familiar with. And what happens a lot is a boat is going too fast in an unfamiliar area. They hit that sandbar, and guess what? You're propelled off the front of the boat. And sometimes you can be striking your head on the mangroves, on part of the boat as you're being ejected, and you land in the water unconscious. With an inflatable that's self-inflating, that's going to keep you up on the surface.
Commander Delevich, we appreciate all the safety tips. Thank you so much.
All right. Pleasure to be here. Safe boating to everyone this weekend.
Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. We've got more great content for you, from news to the arts to the environment. So be sure to like and subscribe to WGCU's YouTube channel and follow us on our social media platforms for the stories that matter to you.